Good evening, everyone. It's amazing to see a good response from everyone. More than 260 people are with us on this wonderful certificate workshop on how to start your own startup. So one of the best effort that we always wanted to trickle down to our every student, every faculty is that student entrepreneurship is at the core of GUSEC, and we really emphasize that our all the students, all the research scholars try to commercialize their academic projects, the research with good innovations, and then we can always come in and make sure we support you all. Uh, a very good evening to all. Gurram, Ashwani, Kruntal, Pranav Kumar. Very good welcome to everyone. Here with me, we have two directors of GUSEC, along with two startups, which of one is have been joined, one Shikha will be joining later. So I'll formally introduce everyone and then we'll go ahead. So I'll welcome Dr. Ravi Gaur, who is the director and joint coordinator of GUSEC. Thank you, sir, for joining in. Another director and the forensic science expert, Professor Rakesh Rawal, is with us, who will be going through the another important part of the session. With us, from the startup's point of view, we'll be having Shikha Shah, who is the founder of AltMet, interesting environmental-based startup, and Vedant have joined us, who is the founder of Just Freights, working in the logistic sector and trying to do something innovative with digitalizing the logistic and that freight industry. So I'll request Dr. Gaur sir to kindly start the session. Sir, over to you. Sagar, can we have the presentation loaded?
Thank you, Malay. Thank you. Hello, Dr. Professor Rawal. Hi, Vedant and Shikha, who are going to join soon. Vedant is, I think, already here. I'm sorry. So the thing is that I formally welcome all the participants who have really made an effort to join us for this certificate program on how to start a student startup. As you all know, Gujarat University Startup and Entrepreneurship Council has been on the forefront of startup related activities in the state, and also having a larger stride in the national arena. Now, the purpose of having a kind of a certificate course is to inculcate the idea of what is a startup into budding students who are willing to really make an effort and doing something positive in these times. So we do have a general program wherein we try to go to colleges, various colleges, the 250 plus colleges that are associated with the Gujarat University. And that program is called Activate, where we go and talk to the students about how to start a student startup. To have a program like this, a certificate program, what we thought is that maybe students who are already really interested and who really want to make an effort in this area. So let's try to give them a presentation. Let's look at their knowledge about what ideas do they have about what is a startup and the ecosystem and all. And so there is a set of small questions which will be asked at the end of the presentation, and based on that, securing a minimum marks of 50%, you will be awarded a certificate. Now, certificate or no certificate, please understand, it's very important for us all to understand this area of startup for two particular reasons. One is that when we try to look at our entire country and the role of the youth that we are about to see for the next 2 decades, it's very important that we align the country's goals, we align the various development goals with the vision of the youth also. And the youth also, they have a lot of ideas when we interact with students. across all disciplines. It could be arts, it could be sciences, it could be engineering. Almost all students have some ideas. Now, the thing is to take this idea, nurture that idea, take it forward, and make it a successful startup. And then they can really reconnect back to their basics, do some research, get their startup into a full-fledged corporation. So the idea is that what is GeoSec I wanted to cover in my talk, and what are the efforts that GeoSec is making in this area. Plus, we are also trying to look at that how we are going to help, how GeoSec helps these startups, and the startups are going to share their success stories with you as well. I think, can we have the next slide, please? Okay, so this is how we'll be talking about. So what is a startup ideally? So a startup is an innovative, scalable business. So what do we mean by business? Everybody knows. So we want to now focus on what are these two words, innovative and scalable. Sometimes what happens that we have, when we talk with the students, basically they say, sir, मेरे पास कोई idea है. Now, if you have an idea, then how does that idea materialize into a business? Now, idea can materialize into business for, there could be various factors, but the most two important factors which qualify them to be a startup are the innovation and the scalability. So you need to have an idea which is innovative, which is slightly different from others. There is some something new there, and it should be scalable. We are not looking at an idea which cannot be then scaled up. So that's very important to understand, that a startup is an innovative, scalable business. Of course, it has to make money, because that's why a startup is being taken care of. Next slide, please. So now, what is innovation? So innovation is the creation of new products and services that deliver value to customers in a manner that is supported by a sustainable and profitable business model. So now, please understand here, हमें नया प्रोडक्ट बनाना है या तो हमें कोई सर्विस डिजाइन करनी है, लेकिन एट द एंड ऑफ द डे देयर हैज टू बी सम वैल्यू. जो हमारे कस्टमर्स हैं उनके लिए वो वैल्यू क्रिएशन होना चाहिए, and it has, the business has to be profitable. So that is what the basic definition of an innovation is. Next slide, please. So now let's talk about startup versus business. So what's the difference, basic difference between a startup and a business? So we can categorize the startup and the business difference by three terms. One is the risk, the other is the return, the other is the value. So if you start slowly, if you start small, you know that the risk is always less. But as you progress, when the innovation factor comes into it, आपका जो idea है वो कितना important है, वो idea कितना breakthrough कर सकता है, and कितना scalable है, उसके ऊपर से उसका return define हो सकता है, and how much value you create. So these are the three basic points which we need to understand. We need to understand the risk, we need to understand the return, and we need to understand the value proposition that a startup can bring. And these are the three factors which differentiate between the startup and a business. So what we covered is, what is a startup? It's an innovative, scalable business. What is innovation? And what are the basic criteria on which we can differentiate between a startup and business? Next slide, please. So why institute like GeoSec is making so much effort along with the help of the state government and the central government? So why education institutes are so important in creating this value proposition for the students by inviting them to open up startups? See, there are a couple of reasons. वन इज एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट्स एक ऐसी जगह है जहां पे आपको मेंटर्स मिलेंगे बहुत सारे, बिकॉज प्रोफेसर यहीं पे हैं। आप कॉलेज में हो या आप यूनिवर्सिटी में हो, आप स्टूडेंट्स एक दूसरे के साथ हमेशा रहेंगे, सो यू कैन को क्रिएट एंड यू कैन कोलैबोरेट विद वन अनदर। टाइम इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग। अगर आप यूनिवर्सिटी या कॉलेज में हैं और उधर ही आपके पास ये सब सुविधाएं हैं, तो इमेजिन द अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम दैट इज सेव्ड व्हेन यू आर studying as well as making efforts to start up. You have all the necessary infrastructure which is available. आपका कॉलेज हो गया, यूनिवर्सिटी हो गया, आपके सब्जेक्ट के लैब्स हो गए, आपके आईटी फैसिलिटीज हो गई, तो आपके पास पूरा ये इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इन टोटालिटी एक अच्छा सा इकोसिस्टम मिल पाएगा आपको। प्लस एक एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट के अंदर आप इंक्यूबेट हो रहे हैं, स्टार्टअप कर रहे हैं, तो एक नजरिया भी सोसाइटी का बदलता है कि भाई यहाँ एक रिस्पेक्टेबल एक इंस्टीट्यूशन है जहाँ पे ये लोग स्टार्टअप के लिए इंक्यूबेट हुए हैं। एंड द स्टूडेंट्स आर एट द लीस्ट रिस्क टू स्टार्टअप when you are associated with any incubator which is tied up with an educational institute. So it helps to create a complete entire ecosystem. Next slide, please. Now, this is something interesting. Let's talk about this 17 versus 24. So what are these two magic numbers? Zyadatar, when we started up with GeoSec more than 3-4 years back, and we said that, okay, let's try to look at what is the average age of startups, successful startups across the world. What we figured out is that successful startups across the globe, in the European countries, North American countries, American countries, they have an average age of 17. So the early you start up, the better it is. vis-a-vis हम यहाँ पे जो स्टार्टअप्स देख रहे हैं, तो एवरेज एज 24 के करीब जाती है. Now please understand, this is a very important aspect to understand regarding the age factor. So if we try to come out of our preconceived notions कि हम पढ़ेंगे तो पढ़ाई पहले खत्म कर लेंगे, हम ग्रेजुएशन खत्म करेंगे, हम पीजी खत्म करेंगे, उसके बाद हम ये कुछ स्टार्टअप के बारे में सोचेंगे, then you have very less amount of years, very less number of years to wait till your startup really becomes successful. अगर एक आपका आइडिया कहीं पे आपने कुछ आइडिया लिया और पता चला कि वो नॉवेल्टी नहीं है, किसी और ने वो आइडिया कहीं से, उनको भी एक इंडिपेंडेंट थॉट आया है, दे आर आल्सो इनटू द सेम बिजनेस, या देयर आर कपल ऑफ अनकंट्रोलेबल फैक्टर्स, देन दूसरा स्टार्टअप शुरू करने के लिए आपको एक जो हिम्मत जुटानी पड़ती है कि हम ऐसा सोचते हैं कि हम तो ग्रेजुएशन हो गए, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन हो गए, अभी इतने सारे हम कितने साल बिगाड़ेंगे ये सोचने के लिए, उससे अच्छा है कि मैं कोई नौकरी ढूंढ लेता हूँ. सो दिस इज द वैली वेयर वी कैन सकम. उससे अच्छा, इफ यू आर इन अ कॉलेज गोइंग एज, इफ यू आर यंग, देन इफ यू स्टार्ट एट एन अर्ली एज, then you have many more years to complete your graduation, your post graduation, and during that time you can also avail the chances of getting successful in the startup venture. So this is very important to understand that the early you start, the better it is. Next slide, please. Now let's try to look at it. Now there is some figure which is on the screen. It says about 10 lakhs. So on an average, it is seen that we require this many jobs of solving the problem of unemployment. And if we try to look historically, then we see that each startup has a capacity to give jobs to a tune of 3 to 10 for a very small startup and 100 for a medium level startup. What I'm trying to say here is that अगर हम स्टार्टअप करते हैं तो हम दो चीजों में फायदा कराते हैं. एक, we are not into that एम्प्लॉयमेंट पाने के लिए की दौड़ में हम नहीं हैं. दूसरा, we can generate employment. So this is very important aspect that we need to understand, that why it is so important to nurture the startups and promote the startups in a country like us. Then the other factor comes as skills. Now, what are the skill sets? We have very successful startups with us today who are going to talk with you. They would be also talking more about it. Now, imagine कि अगर मैं स्टार्टअप के लिए स्टार्टअप करता हूं तो आई डू नॉट नो, मुझे नहीं पता कि अगर आज फॉर एग्जांपल स्थिति क्या है कि अगर हम ग्रेजुएशन करते हैं, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन करते हैं, तो भी उसके बाद मुझे ऑन द जॉब ट्रेनिंग के लिए क्या स्किल्स चाहिए? What are the skills that I would require to get a job? Now, on the other hand, if you start up, then आपका जो स्टार्टअप करने का पूरा जो प्रोसीजर है वो प्रोसेस के अंदर ही हम बहुत सारी स्किल्स सेल्फ एक्वायर करते हैं, एक्सपीरियंस से एक्वायर करते हैं, कोलैबोरेशन से एक्वायर करते हैं, ऑब्जर्वेशन से एक्वायर करते हैं, बिकॉज वी आर इन दैट सेम इकोसिस्टम. So it is very, very important to understand that not only we are tackling the issue of the employability, we are also acquiring newer and better skills as you go ahead into this venture. So these are very, very important aspects that क्यों हमें स्टार्टअप करना है. तो स्टार्टअप करना सिर्फ पैसे कमाने के लिए या प्रॉफिटेबली पाने के लिए ही नहीं है, उसके साथ इतने सारी वैल्यू एड्स आपके साथ जुड़ जाते हैं. So that's very important for you to understand. Let's move on to the next slide, please. Now, this is a very interesting slide if you carefully follow. आप जब स्क्रीन पे देख रहे हैं तो लेफ्ट से आप पिंक कलर से लेके राइट की तरफ येलोइश ग्रीन की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं. Now, that is the complete stage. वो स्टेज में दो इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट्स है, एक है प्री इंक्यूबेशन, एक है इंक्यूबेशन. कि आप एक स्टार्टअप की तरह कहीं किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ इंक्यूबेट होते हैं तो उसके पहले आपको क्या क्या चाहिए? तो आपको एक आइडिया चाहिए, आपको एक प्रूफ ऑफ कंसेप्ट चाहिए, आगे जाके आपको एक मिनिमम वायबल प्रोडक्ट बताना पड़ेगा. देन यू गेट इंक्यूबेटेड इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. फिर आप पायलट टेस्टिंग करते हैं, थोड़ा रिसर्च बेस करते हैं, कोलैबोरेशंस करते हैं, एंड देन यू क्रिएट योर स्टार्टअप एंड देन यू थिंक अबाउट स्केलिंग. नाउ इफ यू लुक एट दिस कंप्लीट लाइफ साइकिल ऑफ अ स्टार्टअप, then now try to look at majority of startups require support in that pink and light pink stage. And if you carefully look at it, वहां पे लिखा है the death zone before the valley of death. It is this time where the startups require the maximum support. क्योंकि आपको पहले तो एंट्री बैरियर होगा, एंट्री बैरियर के बाद फिर आपको आगे आपका खुद का रिसर्च कितना है, सर्च कितना है, आप प्रूफ ऑफ कंसेप्ट कैसे कर पाएंगे, आपका आइडिया को कैसे मैच्योर करके मिनिमम वायबल प्रोडक्ट बना पाएंगे. सो दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मतलब ये पिंक से येलो का जो मूवमेंट है, ट्रांजिशन है, एंड देन सक्सेसफुली गोइंग टुवर्ड्स ग्रीन, वहां पे अगर 100 लोग एंटर होते हैं तो बहुत ही कम सक्सेसफुली स्केल अप करके बाहर निकलते हैं. दिस हैज बीन typically seen for a startup scenario. Now, why this happens? And this is the most important aspect where a good incubator like GeoSec helps. आपको ideation stage से लेके proof of concept बनाने तक, उसके आगे pilot तक, उसकी material, raw material, purchases, supplies, startup बनाने तक का जो एक journey है, वहाँ पे आपको जहाँ पे maximum hand holding चाहिए, वहाँ पे ये incubators आपको support करते हैं, help करते हैं. So it's very important to understand this, that why it is very imperative that startups are really hand holded in the first 6 months to 1 year of their cycle. Let's move ahead, please. So as I told you, what is GeoSec? Gujarat University, which is the oldest university of the state, was established in 1949, and GeoSec was set up by Gujarat University in 2016 as a separate not-for-profit autonomous company. And it's a very lean, fast-moving startup support organizations and run by a dedicated team of specialists. And we work across the startup ecosystem from pre-incubation to the incubation to acceleration, and have extensive programs across the funnel, as I explained, from idea stage to the scalability stage. Next slide, please. Can we have the next slide, please? Great. So this is the vision that GeoSec is an early stage, zero-day, zero-cost startup support system with a mission to convert 1% of the 400,000 students in the Gujarat University ecosystem into entrepreneurs. Let's move on to the next slide, please. So what is the model? What is the GeoSec model, which has become so much successful over a couple of years now? It's a zero-day, zero-cost startup. We provide co-working space. We provide startup funding, ecosystem funding. We source the funds from various government and central as well as state government organizations. There is a strong mentorship and community. We have around 100 expert mentors across sectors who can help out the startups whenever they have any small issues. And we support in the IPR, filing of the patents and protection of the intellectual property. Why GeoSec is so much successful? GeoSec is successful because of its 4 basic pillars. One is we have a very good acceptance rate, and it's open to all. We are sector agnostic. मतलब किसी को टेक्नोलॉजी में काम करना है, किसी को सर्विस मॉडल में काम करना है, किसी को बायोटेक्नोलॉजी में काम करना है, किसी को हेवी इंजीनियरिंग का काम है, आईटी का सपोर्ट चाहिए स्टार्टअप के लिए, we provide everything. Our community ensures that 72% of our startups survive the first 6 months. जो मैंने आपको वैल्यू ऑफ डेथ के बारे में बताया था. So we make sure that the startups are supported at length. We have a public system delivery model, public service delivery model, which ensures that we are able to handle a lot of startups. And GeoSec is run by entrepreneurs, and that spirit itself ensures that the startup succeeds. What are the facilities that GeoSec provides? So co-working space, we have around 300 plus co-working seats in campus, centrally located in the heart of Ahmedabad. 1 Gbps fiber line, mentorship support, networking. We have a fabrication lab. There is a supercomputing facility at the university, which the startups can avail the benefit of. And the central library of the university ensures that the startup gets support. The university infrastructure is open to them, including the auditoriums. And we also provide a lot of cloud credits and online tools to support the startups. And even for their research purposes and minor academic things are taken care of, we have subscription to GeoSec has tied up with Udemy. GeoSec has tied up with Coursera to take subscriptions and help the startups take up small courses also. So let's talk about the student startup and innovation policy launched in the 2017. This is a policy by the government of Gujarat, and it aims to create an integrated statewide university-based ecosystem to support the innovations and ideas of students. There are totally 120 plus institutes and universities who are supported to set up such innovation centers on the campus. The SSIP also, there's a SSIP cell at Gandhinagar, and SSIP also helps to arrange state level hackathons every year to involve students in innovations for real life problems. There is an SSIP coordinators training program to strengthen academia driven entrepreneurs. All colleges also have SSIP coordinators. So students, अगर आप जहाँ पे पढ़ते हैं, आप अपनी कॉलेज में इंक्वायरी करेंगे तो आपका अपनी कॉलेज में जो SSIP coordinators हैं, उनके थ्रू आप ये स्कीम के बारे में ज्यादा जान सकते हैं. You can reach us, and you can also reach the various policy benefits that you can get under the startup schemes. And the current student or the alumni from the last 5 years are eligible to leverage the benefits of the schemes. So as I said earlier, that what are the supports? जो मैंने पहले बात की, we have a co-working space, प्रूफ ऑफ कंसेप्ट बनाने के लिए आपको सपोर्ट मिलता है. There is a financial support of up to rupees 2 lakh to convert the innovations to the proof of concept. There is a patent support. There is a financial support to file any intellectual property or a patent. There is a mentorship support. As I told you, we have more than 100 plus sector specific mentors who are national level experts in their field. SSIP also gives recognitions as SSIP Prashansa Awards to recognize outstanding students. And the students get an opportunity to get selected for various exposure trips to various ecosystems. So now coming to the stage where अगर हमारे पास कोई एप्लीकेशन करते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल आपके पास कोई आइडिया है, तो जियोसेक की वेबसाइट पे आपको आके पूरा एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे में पता चलेगा. आप वेबसाइट पे जाएंगे तो कि आप किस तरह से अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, अंडर व्हाट हेड्स यू कैन अप्लाई, क्या क्या बेनिफिट्स मिल सकते हैं. सो वंस वी रिसीव योर एप्लीकेशन, व्हाट डू वी प्राइमरी लुक एट इट? सो वी प्राइमरी लुक एट इट व्हाट आर द एफर्ट्स एंड द इनोवेशन. मतलब आपने कितना एफर्ट किया है रिसर्च करने में, बैकग्राउंड चेक करने के लिए, और आपने ये जो भी एफर्ट लगाए हैं टू लुक एट इट कि आपका आइडिया कितना नॉवेल है एंड हाउ इट मेक्स सेंस. दैट इज वन. एंड द अदर वी लुक एट इट कि आपके आइडिया में कोई इनोवेशन है, बिकॉज एज आई सेड स्टार्टअप्स आर व्हाट दे आर इनोवेटिव स्केलेबल बिजनेस. सो वी लुक एट द concept of innovation, we look at how much innovation has happened into your idea. Let's move ahead please. And as I said, people come to us, हमारे पास इतनी applications आती हैं, demand is high and the supply is definitely low. Every incubator in the state is trying to gear up for more and more let's say creation of spaces, but we do have students coming to us, but basically checking on the efforts and the innovation. Then they are also given some feedback about how things have to be improved, how their idea can be improved, and successful ideas are definitely taken into the pipeline. Let's move ahead, please. So as I said, the incubation policy and the operations are three important things that GUSEC takes into account. Let's move ahead. So these are the recognitions that have been given to GUSEC for we have the Nidhi Technology Business Incubator by the Department of Science and Technology, that is DST, and Technology Business Incubator is what GUSEC is. There is also, we are a state nodal institution for Startup Assistance Scheme of Industries Commissioner, Government of Gujarat. We are the SSIP implementation body, Government of Gujarat. And GUSEC is recognized as the Group 2 Center to Implement Electronics and Startup Schemes, MSH Stride of Ministry of Electronics and IT, Government of India. And GUSEC is also, it has led the proposal of the Atal Incubation Center for Gujarat, which will be implemented by a separate independent special purpose vehicle of the university. IPR impact, as I said, we also support the filing of the patents and protection of the intellectual property. The IPR policy was formally implemented in the university and in line with the state government's IPR policy. There is a mobilization of IPR funds and resources through various state as well as provisioning the university level funds for patent filing and protection activities. मतलब अगर आपका startup है हमारे साथ incubated and if you are having a patent requirement, then we provide that patent. The university also has a separate fund for that, and GUSEC also provides the channel for that. There are more than 130 consultations, free consultations on patents and IPRs already that have been happened, and we have supported in filing of 30 patents and 10 trademarks up till now. 120 about GU faculties have certified with a course on importance of IPR ecosystem in Gujarat University. Let's move ahead, please. So these are the GUSEC in numbers. Around 190 startups supported at GUSEC till date. 40,000 square feet of space available for startups. 300 co-working seats. 52 ideas have already been commercialized. 42 startups are in the growth stage. 50 startups have been funded by the GUSEC. 543 plus jobs have been generated, and 6.5 crore revenue has been generated through the startups, and around close to 1.5 crore rupees of funds have been disbursed to the startups across various schemes. These are the startups by the sector. So as I said, we are sector agnostic. So we have startups in the health and nutrition domain, IoT and hardware, IT based platform, AI and analytics, e-commerce, education, media and publishing, energy and environmental impact, and medical automation, mobility. So that's around the a very comprehensive pie with a lot of pies in there, which makes sure that we have a lot of areas where our startups have been working very hard. So what in brief, I'll just conclude that we talked about the importance and the need of innovation, the need of a good incubator, why you need to be incubated at an early stage, why it is very imperative to understand that India would require a lot of propelling in terms of new ideas, new venture by the youth, and they have to mobilize everything by creating such startups. I again congratulate all of you to successfully enrolling for this certificate course, and we are always there to support you. I think my friend Professor Raval and Malay would now take it further. Malay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. I'll request Sagar to put the same PPT, as there are some things that I would like to cover before I hand over the baton to Professor Raval. Raval sir, I'll just take 10 minutes to just briefly conclude the important parts that have been mentioned in the presentation. So before we go to the presentation, there was a question whether Reliance Jio is a startup or not. So I think the Reliance chairman Mukesh Ambani himself said in one of the FICCI event, in the public event, that Jio is funded with almost 1,50,000 crore rupees. It's a huge investment. Recently, Facebook made a equity-based investment. So yes, we can definitely consider Jio as a startup, despite that huge funding coming from the parent company. But at the same time, we should also acknowledge that the internet industry, especially in the in the rural area where internet connectivity on the mobile was difficult to get, the whole problem was sought by the only solution called Jio. So now almost everyone have Jio as their primary or secondary internet connection in their mobile connection. I'll request each other participants to put their question in the Q&A box, not the chat box, so we can always find your questions, relevant questions, to get answered from the best experts available here. Before I go to the slide, in around 2008, World Bank made a study that what kind of or how much jobs India needs to create. So उसमें World Bank का data निकल के आया कि India needs to create around 12 lakh jobs. 12 lakh jobs in a that certain year भारत को create करनी पड़ेगी to mitigate the difference between job seeker and job giver. There was a very shocking number which came after a year, that we were successful in creating just 4.5 lakh jobs. So it's again a pressing issue. Even back then, even right now, the Startup India campaign run by the government of India is emphasized on आप लोग कैसे आपके रिसर्च, आपके अराउंड जितने भी प्रॉब्लम्स है उसमें आप एक इनोवेटिवनेस लाके, क्रिएटिविटी लाके एक डिफरेंट सी प्रोडक्ट क्रिएट कर सकते हो, और जो आगे जाके, जैसे कि गौर सर ने बताया, कि वो स्केलेबल हो. आज 10 कस्टमर्स हो तो कल उठ के उसके 100 कस्टमर हो, ऐसी प्रोडक्ट आप क्रिएट कर सको. So yes, it's very important to be a job giver rather than a job seeker. So every participant, especially faculties और principals जो आज हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं, उनको भी मैं रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूँगा कि आप अपने स्टूडेंट्स को बढ़ावा दें एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और स्टार्टअप के वर्ल्ड में आने के लिए, और उनके पास जो भी क्रिएटिव न्यू आइडियाज़ हैं उनको सुने और उनको जियोसेक के बारे में और ज़्यादा बताएं, और उनको बताएं कि जियोसेक किस तरह एक आइडिया को कमर्शियलाइजेशन, एक स्टार्टअप बनाने में मदद करता है। सागर, कैन वी गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड? सो जैसे कि गौर सर ने बताया कि देयर आर सर्टेन प्रोग्राम्स दैट वी अंडरटेक, जैसे कि आपको स्क्रीन पे दिख रहा होगा 4 तरह के नंबर्स हैं। सो एक्टिवेट एक हमारा प्रोग्राम है जिनमें इसी तरह हम कॉलेजेस में जाके स्टूडेंट्स को सेंसिटाइज करते हैं। सो ऑलमोस्ट 2 लाख स्टूडेंट्स तक हम पहुंच गए हैं। लिफ्ट ऑफ एक हमारा प्रोग्राम है जिनमें नए इंक्यूबेटेड स्टार्टअप्स को हम लोग स्टार्टअप की दुनिया में कैसे कैसे सवाल होते हैं, कैसे कैसे दिक्कतें आती है, उससे वाकिफ करते हैं, उसको कैसे मिटिगेट किया जाता है, उनसे उनकी इंफॉर्मेशन देते हैं। जैसा एक्टिवेट स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, वैसे हम फैकल्टी मेंबर्स को भी ट्रेन करते हैं कि आप स्टूडेंट्स और आप खुद एक स्टार्टअप कैसे शुरू कर सकते हैं। सो ट्रिगर इज मेंट फॉर द फैकल्टी अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम्स। अभी तक 2000 से ज़्यादा एप्लीकेशन हमको आ चुकी है, उसमें से ओनली 189 स्टार्टअप्स हैव बीन सपोर्टेड। सो आप देख सकते हैं कि 10% रेशियो से जियोसेक सिलेक्शन कर रहा है। So it's a very evident opportunity for all the students to start their own startup and be at the place जहाँ पे 200 ऐसे startups हैं जो कुछ ना कुछ interesting innovative चीज पे काम कर रहे हैं। Next please. So HerStart again एक बहुत बड़ा pressing issue जहाँ पे women, हमारी महिलाएं पीछे रह रही हैं, जो स्टार्टअप कल्चर में भी हमको जानना मिला है। सो उसी को एक बढ़ावा देने के लिए कि टू मेक श्योर कि वुमेन को भी इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी से स्टार्टअप करने का मौका मिले, इसलिए जियोसेक ने हॉटस्टार्ट इंट्रोड्यूस किया था, स्पेशली फॉर वुमेन लेड इनोवेशन के जिस किसी लड़की को जो कोई वर्किंग फीमेल है, प्रोफेसर हैं, उन सभी के लिए ये अपॉर्चुनिटी थी स्टार्टअप शुरू करने की। ये स्टार्टअप का जरिया सिर्फ कॉलेज से शुरू नहीं होता है। हम लोग ने स्कूल में भी बहुत सक्सेसफुल एक्सपेरिमेंट किया जहाँ पे चिल्ड्रन इनोवेशन फेस्टिवल हम लोगों ने ऑर्गेनाइज किया था, और आउट ऑफ नियरली 100 एप्लीकेशन 30 चिल्ड्रन इनोवेटर्स हमारे साथ जुड़ चुके हैं। स्टार्ट फेस्ट और एक हमारा प्रोग्राम है जो सिर्फ गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी के बच्चों के लिए बना है, और उनकी कॉलेज में जाके हम लोगों ने सेंसिटाइज किए थे, और अभी तक 40 ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं जो हम लोग मैनेज कर रहे हैं, जो आगे जाके स्टार्टअप्स बन सकते हैं। आप सभी जानते होंगे ये पेंडेमिक कोविड-19 नोवेल कोरोना वायरस ने कैसे एक नया नॉर्मल हम लोगों को सिखाया है, कैसे रहना है, कैसे मास्क पहनना है, कैसे ध्यान रखना है हाइजीन का। सो उसी के लिए ऐसे कई सारे इनोवेशंस हैं हेल्थ केयर रिलेटेड, लॉकडाउन के रिलेटेड, जो हम लोग इनवाइट कर रहे थे। तो रिसेंटली हम लोगों ने ब्रेक थ्रू एक्सेलरेटर शुरू किया है, जिसमें हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि कोविड-19 के रिलेटेड ऐसे कौन से इनोवेशंस हैं जो हम लोग सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। जस्ट ब्रीफली 650 से ज़्यादा एप्लीकेशंस आई थी, 25 लोगों को हम लोगों ने सिलेक्ट किया है, और उनको 10 लाख रुपए का कैश प्राइज जियोसेक ने दिया था। this was done last year. We are also planning this year कि HerStart 2.0 कैसे हम लोग कर सकते हैं। Can you go to the next slide? So again Children Innovation Festival, जिसमें 114 टीम ने हिस्सा लिया था। राज्य के 22 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में से वो लोग आए थे, और उसमें से 30 आइडियाज को हम लोगों ने अभी तक सिलेक्ट किया है, और उसमें हमारे की पार्टनर्स थे यूनिसेफ, जो एक वर्ल्ड की एंटिटी है जो चिल्ड्रन के राइट्स पे काम कर रही है। सो उनकी पार्टनरशिप के साथ हम लोगों ने चिल्ड्रन इनोवेशन फेस्टिवल किया था। वी आर ऑल्सो प्लानिंग अ सेकेंड सीजन एट द एंड ऑफ दिस ईयर फॉर द न्यू स्कूल गोइंग इनोवेटर्स। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। स्टार्ट फेस्ट अगेन जियो के बच्चों के लिए एक इनिशिएटिव जो हम लोगों ने की थी। अराउंड 30 कॉलेज में जाके हम लोगों ने प्रमोट किया था। 225 लोगों ने उसमें हिस्सा लिया था, और मोर देन 4 लाख बच्चों तक हम पहुंच पाए थे वर्चुअली, जैसे कि आज हम वर्चुअल प्लेटफॉर्म से जुड़े हैं। अगेन द top 3 top 5 startups will be awarded as a pre incubation support और उनको फाइनेंस फंडिंग की भी सहायता दी जाएगी इसके अंदर. कैन वी गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. सो जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया ब्रेक थ्रू एक्सेलरेटर ये एक काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ रही है जीयूसेक के लिए. हम लोगों को काफ़ी अच्छे इनोवेटिव आइडियाज़ मिले हैं. कुछ ऑलरेडी अहमदाबाद म्यूनसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गुजरात, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ आयुष के साथ ऑलरेडी काम करना शुरू हो गए हैं. नियरली 30 लाख से ज़्यादा उन लोग को फंडिंग का कमिटमेंट हम लोगों ने दिया है. जैसे जैसे वो आगे बढ़ते जाएंगे वैसे ड्यू सपोर्ट विल बी अश्योरिंग कि वो आगे जाते टाइम कहीं रुके नहीं. बिकॉज ये कोविड-19 जिस तरह से हमारे ऊपर हावी हो रहा है उसमें हम लोग ऐसा चाहते हैं कि इनोवेटर्स और स्कूल स्पेशली स्टूडेंट स्टार्टअप्स इसमें बेस्ट आइडियाज से आगे लेके जाएं और उनके जितना भी ये पेंडेमिक सिचुएशन है उसको ईज करने में हमारी मदद करें. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. सो या आई विल कंक्लूड विद दिस स्लाइड. जैसे कि मैंने बताया नियरली 189 स्टार्टअप्स जीयूसेक में इंक्यूबेटेड स्टार्टअप्स को अगर आप पूछेंगे वेदांत और शिखा को भी, सो देयर इज अ वन गुड कॉफी मशीन जो हर एक स्टार्टअप को एक्सेसिबल है. सो अगर आप कहीं बोर होते हो यू कैन ऑलवेज ग्रैब अ कप ऑफ कॉफी. 300 से ज़्यादा ऑलमोस्ट कॉलेजेस में हमारे फैकल्टी कोऑर्डिनेटर्स हैं जो हमारी इंफॉर्मेशन नीचे तक पहुंचाते हैं कि जीयूसेक के कौन से प्रोग्राम हो रहे हैं, कौन सी नई चीज़ें आ रही हैं. 1,70,000 से ज़्यादा लोगों को हम लोगों ने आउटरीच किया है. फंडिंग के मामले में देखें सो ऑलमोस्ट 900 आवर्स की मेंटरशिप और 1.5 करोड़ तक का फंडिंग अमाउंट हम लोग ने ऑलरेडी स्टूडेंट स्टार्टअप्स को हम दे चुके हैं. So I'll conclude with this. One more thing, there are certain questions. कई लोग क्विज के बारे में पूछ रहे हैं कि क्विज कब है. So अगर आप लोग ध्यान से ये प्रेजेंटेशन वर्कशॉप पे ध्यान देंगे उसमें कई सारे ऐसे चीज़ें हैं क्विज में जो हम लोगों ने यही प्रेजेंटेशन में से क्विज में रखी है. So I'll request everyone to pay attention to the presentation and each and every topic going to be covered by other speakers. So सेशन खत्म होने के बाद आप लोगों को एक लिंक दी जाएगी जिससे आप क्विज को एक्सेस कर सकते हैं. और जैसे कि हम लोगों ने आपको पहले बताया था कि मिनिमम 50% ऑफ द आंसर्स आपको सही करने हैं और वो सही करने के बाद आपको ई सर्टिफिकेट आपको ईमेल रजिस्टर्ड ईमेल आईडी पे दिया जाएगा. सो विदाउट वेस्टिंग अ मोमेंट आई विल रिक्वेस्ट डॉक्टर राकेश रावल टू पुट मोर इनसाइट्स ऑन how these people can be a part of GUSEC and leverage best possible support from us. So yeah, thank you. Sir.
Sir, are you on a mute?
Yeah, I'm audible now.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
So, good evening, everyone, and I welcome you all to this e-certificate course initiated by GUSEC, specifically for the young, budding, and ignited mind who are desperate to plunge into some innovative ideas. So, this topic that I took today is the innovation opportunity through brainstorming and collaboration. So before going to that, I think every one of us who wish to do something in life should read few success stories. And I usually admire these three: Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and the Oracle founder, Larry Ellison. So if you look at what they believe is what Steve Jobs says, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. And if you have not found it yet, then keep looking for it, don't settle. That means have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. So one day you will definitely reach your destination. And surround yourself with people who challenge you, teach you, and push you to your best limit or the best self. And the only way to get ahead is to find error in the conventional wisdom. So if you keep on doing what other people are doing, it will be very difficult for you to succeed or to separate out yourself as a different find. And that is the key seed for making really a innovative idea or innovative product. That means you have to think out of the box, think differently, and dare to think out of the box. That means to be innovative, to be integrated, and to be interdisciplinary. It's not necessary that if you are a engineer, mechanical engineer, you have to limit yourself to devices which are based on the mechanical engineering. Or if you are a doctor, you have to limit yourself to the ideas or the work related to your domain. But try to collaborate in an interdisciplinary way, and don't think about the age because it's just a number, right? So the smallest startup that we have at GUSAC is with a kid, which I think who is in 4th or 5th standard. Age is just a number. And don't fear in collaborating. Many a times the startup, they don't talk to each other with a fear that someone will steal their idea, right? So don't fear in collaborating, because unless you collaborate with different experts, it will be very difficult to succeed in your idea. At the same time, be vigilant and empathetic. So you have to look around yourself and see what is the need, what is the opportunity, right? So identify the real need, that is the issue, and look for an effective and affordable solution for that particular need. And for that, you have to act promptly, because opportunity never keeps on knocking the door again and again. So take the best advantage of that and start doing. In these pandemic situation, there were many calls from funding agencies like ICMR, DBT, CSR, DST, Ayush. And as Malay told, GUSAC had also floated the Breakthrough Innovation Call, and many of you must have participated in that. And few of them are still expected by Guj Coast. And during the last 3 months of the lockdown period, several GUSAC initiated ideas or innovators who have participated in that, they came up with various solutions. Few of them are already completed. Few of them are still, they are developing their prototypes. And one of them was an alcohol-free sanitizer, so which has already gone through the prototype stage, and currently it is in the validation stage. So when this alcohol-free sanitizer was developed, it was not developed for the COVID core. It was developed for the need of a cell biologist who is working in a laboratory, and for them, the recurrent use of alcohol, hand washing, to keep them sterile so that their cultures are not getting affected. So that was the need, and the product was started. At the same time, there was a need for COVID pandemic, and immediately the same concept was modified, that version, where we need an alcohol-free sanitizer using various possible opportunities like hydrogen peroxide, ozonization, and plasma discharge. So combination of all good technique available at that period of time or that point of time, combinedly how it can give a good output. Currently, that sanitizer is in a functional prototype and which is under validation. When the first sanitizer was taken for installation in a police station, Rani Limla police station, and during installation, one of constable, he came and he was very curious looking at that prototype, and he asked that, सर ये सब तो ठीक है कि हम अपने आप को इसमें सैनिटाइज कर लेंगे, लेकिन हमारी टोपी का क्या, because we never washed that, and that is the thing that we carry to home. So immediately there was a thought that, okay, we should think for that also, because there is an opportunity, so there is a need. So if you keep yourself alert, open for all challenges or all possible opportunities, there are hundreds of ideas which will come to your mind, and then look for which is feasible to you. You can prioritize that, okay, this is doable, this is low hanging, you can pull them urgently or immediately. So that followed that we should have some UV based sanitizing devices for personal protective equipment sanitization, or for portable model for personal belonging like cell phone, wallet, currency, including the cap and all those. So that gave to a new innovative idea. There are people who are working on special fabric, that is special coating of various nanoparticles. There are various different fabric textures. So, some are synthetic, some are derived from nature, some waste of the natural bark, tree, and all those. And from that, fabric is made. And many of them are naturally antibacterial. But if you add them, or if you coat them with special coating of nanoparticle, it becomes washable, and it is become reusable for 30, 50 washes. There are many call for polyherbal formulation for immunity boost. So these are their claim, and the issue is that we need to validate that. So there are many opportunities for biologists, microbiologists, biotechnologists to think in that direction, that if there is a claim that this particular formulation or herb has got some role in immune boost, how we can design a model to validate their claim, because there will be thousands of claims right now. Someone is coming with some special fabric, someone is coming with some device, someone will come with some formulation, but everyone has to validate their claim. So there is a lot of opportunity for biologists to design and develop some in vitro or in vivo model to validate their claim. Otherwise, unless you validate your claim, that claim is useless, because I can say that, okay, this is a good antibacterial compound, but how to ensure that? Similarly, if you are a good engineer or with electronic background, possibly you can work on some non-contact sensor-based monitoring system to monitor the human health vitals. You can develop some point of care device if you are really good in developing biosensors. There are innovative and non-invasive, cost-effective breath support systems. So people worked a lot on ventilators. Later on, it was found that it is not useful, but we can have different effective breath support system, because all these patients currently they face the breathlessness is one of the major symptoms, and how to support that in a non-invasive way. At the same time, we can also think of repurposing of existing technology or product. That means we have a product and the current use was for something else, but now we think that this can be used for a different purpose. The simplest example was the immediate use of drug like hydroxychloroquine or remdesivir. So these drugs were not for COVID, right? So they were for some other diseases. But since these were being taken by human beings for a long time, the toxicity was not an issue. So they wanted to check their efficacy in this new pandemic, because currently no clear-cut solution is available for that. In that case, repurposing of existing technology or product is of great help. Try to look at that also. So this was just a pictorial prototyping of the alcohol-free sanitizing device that was planned, and that is for individual person, for face and hand sanitization, as well as the whole body sanitization, looking at the need. And these are our students who did that. The judicious use of hydrogen peroxide, ozone, and cold atmospheric plasma jet to produce ionized mist. So here, if you look at, it is a good collaboration between biologists, physicists, and engineering students. So to become a successful innovator, I would say you have to follow a 4D rule. That means dare to dream, Once you dream, there will be a desire to achieve that. And if you have a desperate desire, you will be determined. And unless you are fully determined, or if when you are fully determined, possibly you can reach your destination. So if you follow this 4D rule, dream, desire, determination, and destination, possibly you will one day sure reach your desired destination that you are looking at. So thank you. And now I would like to take question, because I was thinking that this should be more of an interaction rather than a monologue. So I am open to questions.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we have got a few questions in the Q&A.
Yeah.
And I'm asking that on them one by one.
Yeah.
We have a Vishwa Mode who is asking that is there any loss for startup?
I think this can be answered by multiple people, Malay or even Dr. Gaur, because loss is current if you are supported by whether it is USAC, SSIP or some other funding. Usually this risk is also included, and it is a high risk. Usually the startups are high risk group. So in that case, how you consider loss? So is it the loss that is the support that is given to you, or it is the money that you have poured into along with the support? So I think Malay, you can support that.
So there are no specific rules for startups, but of course there are certain guidelines, and every most of the cases that the funding has their specific eligibility guidelines that that every department have. So I think those insight could be given by Vedant, who is one of the startup, and how we do the funding part at GUSEC. Recently, someone asked that how much funding provided by GU. So all those information can be provided by our startup, because they are one of the recipient of it, so they know what kind of process it goes. So yeah, any more questions on a generic part? No, there are no startup laws, but yeah, there are certain eligibility for every grant. It differs from organization to grants.
Okay, so the other is why most of the startups fail, which mistakes, what are the mistakes that they are doing, and how can the students learn from that?
I think for that, the frequent meeting with mentors, as well as there are weekly network meeting that is being conducted within the startup ecosystem. So if you are active in that, then possibly you can save that risk factor. So the early indicator of your failure can be ensured.
I hope you've got your question answered. So the next one is how many days does it take to register the startup, and the pattern? I believe it is from some product startup, and they're asking that what is the pattern and how many days does it take to register the startup?
So I would like to take that question. So there is a DIPT certificate that Startup India's department give to recognize that this is a startup and can avail the certain government benefits. So it usually requires 2 to 3 working days, not more than that. You need to apply on the Startup India website, furnish relevant details, and electronically they generate a certificate and they email it to you having the specific number recognized for your startup. What was the second question regarding the patent? Regarding the product patent?
They're asking that and the pattern
Still, you are not audible.
Zeel, I think yeah, you can check the network connectivity till then.
Yeah.
Till then, there are certain
I'm
questions
not getting. Hello.
from the Q&A.
Am I audible now?
Sagar, can you ping Zeel to check?
Yeah, I pinged it. I pinged it.
So till then, there are certain questions whether we are only entertaining the startups from the Gujarat University. No, we are having uh, any kind of startup or startup done by any institute or university student. So there is no criteria on the university part. We invite anyone who have the degree from GU, GTU, or any other university they are passing or they are studying in. So there are certain questions on the startup failures, as Professor Raval told. There are certain mentorship, funding, good business model issues that they face, and of course, right now, so if you compare Make My Trip, Naukri.com, which are the startups being founded during the late 90s, where internet was super costly and there was lesser access to the incubation centers. So at that point of time, still, if startup succeed, that means there needs to be a certain business model. So you need to find a problem, that this is the problem, and I'm going to invent something which is the only being invented by myself, and this is the work being done not by any other, only by myself. So ये बहुत एक जरूरी चीज है. कई सारे ऐसे आइडियाज भी हम लोग को मिलते हैं जो एक टिपिकल ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेसेस होते हैं. So that's the sole difference between the business and the startup. कि business ऐसा हो सकता है कि आप भी कर रहे हो, मैं भी कर रहा हूँ, सब पैसे कमा रहे हैं. But इसमें the motive is not to do the business. For startup, the motive is to solve a problem with a creative and innovative solution. जैसे कि राहुल सर ने बताया कि वो सैनिटाइजर का आइडिया था. So that's something new, that's something not done by any other person. And if you have a relevant experience, you can focus on the idea, focus on the product better. But it's not necessarily कि computer engineering का बंदा कोई arts या science में startup नहीं कर सकता, और vice versa. So there is no कोई ऐसा बंधन नहीं है कि आप जो फील्ड में पढ़ रहे हो वैसा ही स्टार्टअप हो सकता है. आप कोई भी सेक्टर में पढ़ रहे हो और आप कोई भी सेक्टर का स्टार्टअप शुरू कर सकते हो. So moving on, I'll request every participant to put more questions for us so that we can answer as much as possible. But continuing the session, I would like to request Vedant. Vedant is the founder of M-Freights, one of the best innovations happening around the logistics sector. Yeah, so Vedant.
Okay, thank you so much, Malay. First of all, I think it's an exciting evening to see more than 300 people have joined this session, and I'd like to the presentation by Mr. I think Gore and Mr. Raval was very informative. To go ahead, my name is Vedant Mankad. I'm the founder of a startup called Just Freights. We are in logistics space. We automate the entire conventional business model of freight forwarders, custom house agent, and transport operators, and shift the burden to technology from human being and make sure that the people in the office spend more time doing efficiently the existing jobs they do and make more money. So yeah, that's what we do. Starting about my journey, how I came across GeoSec. So I'm with GeoSec for now almost 3 years. In early 17, I started working with the GeoSec. So I went to across many other incubation centers in Gujarat, not just in Ahmedabad, to validate that how they operate and what they operate. I think after doing some few initial research, I think what was covered in the Mr. Gore's presentation, कि सबसे ज़्यादा एक स्टार्टअप के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट होता है कि ऑफिस स्पेस, मेंटरिंग सपोर्ट, द एनवायरनमेंट जो चाहिए होता है, the community support to build your idea to take you ahead, what the thing in Rakesh sir's slide was that you need to be around the best people to make sure that you are hitting the right targets, you are in the right direction. And funding, of course, which is the most important part. So considering all these factors, I think GeoSec by far has most number of startups in Gujarat, if I'm not mistaken. More than 200 plus startups. There are 200 plus engineers, marketing guys, innovators, basically from different industries. So I think that's what led us to work with GeoSec in initial phase. Also, it's a 0-day, zero-cost startup. So the office space का जो सबसे पहले problem होता है was solved by GeoSec. That I didn't have to pay anything for the first 3 months when I joined GeoSec. Third was the environment. I think the environment at GeoSec is super startup friendly, from the vice chancellor of Geo to mentors and professors like Rakesh Rawal sir and Mr. Gaur sir. I think GeoSec is providing the kind of environment which you need to scale as a startup founder. So yes, about the few questions which were also covered during in the Q&A as well, that how does the funding work. So I think शुरुआत के स्टेजेस में स्टार्टअप को और बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस ऐसे भी आ रहे हैं कि भाई फेल हो गए तो हम क्या होगा, व्हाट आर द रिस्क फैक्टर्स अगर हम फेल होते हैं तो. सो द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन अबाउट फंडिंग इज कि जियोसेक हेल्प्स यू गेट फंडेड. सो आपको आइडिया वैलिडेट करना पड़ेगा सबसे पहले. इफ इट्स एन एलिजिबल, जियोसेक में कमिटी है विच विल हेल्प यू आउट थ्रू दिस प्रोसेस. And there are different kinds of funding. It starts from 50,000 rupees and goes as high as 20 lakh rupees. So I think the Jumpstart grant of 50,000 rupees really helps startup in their very, very early stages, like when they are validating the idea. It's a moral push as well as enough money to build a single non-functioning prototype to validate your idea. So I think that part is definitely covered at GeoSec. Few other things which I want to share, which I think was also covered in Rakesh Rawal sir's and as well as Gaur sir's slide. But again, I would like to cover the people say why you should do startup. And I think the main reason why everyone is here is that they want to do a startup. So जैसे सर ने कहा कि जब आप स्टार्टअप फाउंडर होते हैं तो आपको हर एक तरह की प्रॉब्लम्स खुद फेस करनी पड़ती है. देयर इज यू नो द पीपल से द बक स्टॉप्स विथ यू, कि आपके ऊपर कोई बॉस नहीं होता है. सो आप कभी ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते हैं कि भाई ये प्रॉब्लम मैं नहीं सॉल्व करता, आई कैन नॉट डू दिस प्रॉब्लम. Your interns, your employees, they come to you with problems. You cannot go to anyone else because you are the last person who is responsible to solve the problems. So in the process, you have to learn everything. You have to learn marketing, you have to learn sales, you have to learn finance. You should know how to hire people. You should know how taxation works. You should know how to work with investors. I think these skills which we develop really helps us in the longer journey. The second most important skills जो I think हम develop करते हैं being a startup founder and why it is very important is a problem solving attitude. Because every day you come with at least 10 to 20 problems and I think you have to solve it. If you don't solve, you're stuck. So I think once you are in the process, you cultivate a habit to solve the problems easily. And I think that is a priceless habit and the skill which you have to solve the problems. So I think that's where again being a startup founder, it helps a lot. Uske baad, I think the most important, I think the one thing which was covered in Mr. Gaur's slide was 17 versus 24. Why the success rate of the startups in other Western part is 17, whereas 24 is somewhere around here. So I think the early we start is better, because the earlier we start, the only regret I think I have today is that I didn't start when I was 17 years old. I started when I was 22. Because if I would have started at 17, I would have the liberty to fail twice or thrice. Because when you fail, you know, there was one question in the Q&A as well, that what if we fail? Like, what are the, you know, circumstances in which we can fail? I think failing is beautiful. I think you should fail. You should fail fast, because failing in startup world is not considered as failing. I think it's considered as a step towards success. So I think you should fail. This is the most important things. Failing also helps you to know that, okay, this is one thing jo hame nahi karni hai. This is what not works in the market. So even if you fail twice or thrice and you are not continuing in your startup journey, in your own industries, आप logistics में हैं या plastic waste में हैं या textile में हैं या any industry you are in, आपको पता है कि कौन सी चीजें वर्क करेगी, कौन सी चीजें वर्क नहीं करेगी. एंड आई थिंक द पर्सन हु हैज दैट नॉलेज इज एन असेट for any company. And that's why also doing a startup immediately after graduation or even during your graduation, I think it's very important. Why? I think the other main point is that you also learn business tactics firsthand. Learning it while doing a job or learning it in a college and doing your own startup where there is no one around telling you how to close this deal or how to hire a person, whether you can trust this person, yes or no. I think it's very important. And no universities or no job or no other extra courses can teach you these skills. Only and only being a founder, you can learn these things faster than a 2-year MBA course. I totally believe. Now there are companies like Google, Facebook, Tesla are more open to hiring people. There are no barriers. They don't want people who have lots of degrees. They want people who have skills, who knows how to manage so many different types of people. They know they just don't have one skill. उनके पास 10 या 15 अलग अलग skills होती है. उनको हर एक चीज के बारे में पता होता है. I think being only a startup founder, you can learn all these skills faster and succeed in life. I think the most important thing, I think why everyone is here, there was a question in the session as well, that is this about promotion of startup or GeoSec. I think this is about promotion of startup. This is about to encourage the innovator inside you. I think why you are lucky is that everyone here in this session is lucky because we have one of the best incubator here today. Whatever we need, I think from office to mentor to environments to funding. No, I did mention in the Q&A session somewhere that we have a network of more than 200 engineers at GeoSec itself in the campus of Gujarat University. So if you are a non-tech founder, there is no problem. If you are from a if you are not from IT background, you're from commerce or you are from medicine background or from arts background, and if you are still want to build a solution which revolves around IT, I think it's the best place is GU. You just come down to GU, go to GeoSec, talk with people. There are 200 plus IT engineers to help you out day and night. And they all are young. They all are under 30 to help you out there 24/7. So I think that's the best part. Right? Why startup fail? I think that was also one of the questions asked. And I think Rakesh sir rightly said that I think constantly talking with the fellow startups. More importantly, also constantly talking with your customers, because what we call is buyer persona in the very early stages कि भाई आप startup start करने से पहले आपका buyer देखो कौन buyer है, उसके लिए problem कितना important है जो आप solve कर रहे हो, उसके लिए वो कितना पैसा देगा अगर आप वो सही में solve कर रहे हो, उसके लिए कितना value create कर रहा है. By the time आप वो problem solve कर रहे हो से 6 और 8 महीने down the line, अदर कोई market में startup आ गया है या तो there are so many other problems that have already been answered. So you need to constantly talk with your customer that how it is actually helping them and what is the value they're creating. And I think that will mitigate your chances of failing. So I think that's it. And I think we can move on to the Q&A session. If somebody has more questions, we'll be happy to answer, or at the end, how it goes.
Thank you, Vedant. I believe this has been very helpful to, and we have got repeated questions on it, and I guess that is why you elaborating on it would be more helpful. Thank you, Rakesh sir. And I'll just take up a few questions before we go ahead with Shikha, because there are multiple questions which are still pouring in. So, Shikha, Vedant sir, Malay, please help me answer this. Okay. What are the ways of unpaid market research in product-based startups?
I think Shikha can answer this question.
Manthan is asking that.
Yeah, could you please repeat that question for me? What are the ways product-based
Shikha,
startup?
Manthan is asking, what are the ways of unpaid market research in product-based startup for a product-based startup?
Well, if you are a very early stage company who or a founder who have stumbled upon an idea, I would suggest to not get that research done outside or not to offshore it. I would suggest that you do it yourself. If I say so, that you do it yourself, are there tools which can help you do it yourself effectively? Yes, there are. I would generally ask you to look at a kind of structure where you first question that whatever you're thinking is desirable or not. So if you're thinking of a certain product, which is it something which where your customer would want it? But once you have established that story, a lot of is lost there that yes, this is the story and I can sell this and this is this beautiful product. You quickly move on to understand that is it feasible for you to make? And that is where your actual research begins. So ask yourself primarily that how can you manufacture it? Should you do contract manufacturing? And once you figure that out, the third most you should skip to when it comes to research is viability. Is what you're doing viable enough? Is it gonna churn out profits to sustain your own company or not? So these are the questions which you should definitely look forward to. And I believe as an early stage founder, you should do it. It's pretty much possible to do it yourself. Go talk to your customers, do a demo version of it. So let's say if you want to build a product, make to do prototype of it and kind of go and check in the market. In case you are a company which is at a later stage and paid or unpaid product market research, in that case the only way to find a strategic partnership, because nobody else will be interested in doing it unpaid. When I say strategic partnership, the other party must have strategic interest into doing that research for you.
Thank you, Shikha. I guess the question is answered for you, Manthan. And also, there are a few people asking that they have a software or an application. Is it possible for them to get patents?
For software applications?
Yes. Is it possible? Dikshit is asking that is it possible to patent his software or application because a startup is an application-based startup?
So I think as per the Indian Patents Act, it's not possible to patent a software in India. It's possible to patent it in US or other Western countries. But per se, there are exceptions to that particular sections in Indian Patent Act. You can get your patent registered if it is totally innovative. If it's not, you are not just converting the existing conventional process into an online process. If that's the case, the patent is not available. But if you're doing something which is very innovative, if it involves lots of different algorithms which are unique, and I think in that case you can definitely get it patented. But patent in case of software takes time in India. It is not an easy journey as a product being patented in India. So if you think that your market is just outside India, I think the best way to is first get it patented in India and that outside India. And I think there are a couple of institutions in Ahmedabad which does help you get your software patented.
Okay. Shivang is asking that he wishes to open his own library and reading room. Is it compulsory to take patent or trademark for that library? No.
I don't think there is any requirement
No
to get.
intellectual property are compulsory. So
Look,
what?
maybe I can take this question. You should go for, you should spend your money and energy on intellectual property only if it is protecting you from a certain, business mishap, or it is giving you a competitive edge. In case your model does not require you to, have any competitive edge by having patents, don't waste your money and time on intellectual property. I know it is glamorous, but if it's not worth it logically, you don't need to go for it.
Makes sense. Okay. Vaidehi is asking that if we want to start startup of some other industry or field from where they do not belong, how can they begin that? How can they? I believe she is asking that she is not from the background she wants to start a startup in, and how can she take the journey up?
Vedant, would you like to take this up?
Go ahead, Shikha, take it.
Okay. So I guess so. After this, when I speak about my company, you would realize that it needs a lot of engineering, and I am not an engineer. But number one thing that you need to do when you're starting off on a journey from a field which you're not from, you need to remove that barrier from your mind. Your education degree was meant for a degree, but it never said that if you don't have a certain degree, you cannot learn about another industry. So remove that barrier out of your mind. Number two, educate yourself. Know what you can do on your own. Know what are the right questions to ask. And if you cannot do on your own, number three question is who you should get in your team. And that brings you to a very important question that, okay, I know this has a future, but I can't do this alone. And that's why I need a team. And then hire a team or find co-founders who can complement your skill and get that done. So for example, if you're an expert at marketing, it would be a nice thing to have a co-founder who's an expert at technology. So maybe these three are the first steps to move out and move into a new direction.
Yes. Shikha, I guess many more questions coming for the startups and how to start a startup, like how can they work on something they do not have expertise in, or how can they build their business model around it. I believe your presentation here will answer most of these. So I believe we should start now, and we'll take up questions in the end if we have some new ones coming in.
Sure. All right. So hello, I am Shikha. I'm founder of AltMat, and I'll quickly walk you through three things in next 10 minutes. One, what I do and how is it associated with GeoSec. Number two, how have we reached out to global audience with help of GeoSec and for the product that we have. And number three is I also worked as an entrepreneur in residence with GeoSec, where I was working to build a better environment for entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs that we have at the incubator. So I share a couple of insights from there because I kind of understand both working on that side of the table and this side of the table. All right, so what I do. So I own this company called AltMat. And what we do at Essence is we convert agriculture waste of certain kinds like this. We collect this from all around the world and convert that into something like this, which is textiles. And then you can make anything from it, like fabrics, yarns, and what you need. The need of this product is such that if you study textile industry, it is one of the major pollutant on earth. In fact, 75% of our clothing is either made of cotton or polyester, right? So in case of cotton, it is a very water thirsty plant. Like it takes around 10,000 liters of water to make 2 to 3 denims that you own. In case of polyester, every time you wash it, you're releasing microplastics back into the ecosystem. And these microplastics that come from polyester clothing is 33% of plastic problem. These microplastics are also health hazard. In fact, they might be sitting in your own stomach right now. It is believed that the purest form of food, mother's milk, is now infected with microplastic. So it has both. It's environmental hazards and health hazards. Now looking at this, textile industry keenly needed alternative materials. What do I mean by alternative materials? So you see oil and gas industry is the world's biggest polluter. And that's why we have alternative fuel solutions like electric cars, stepping in and finding solutions to the fuel problem. Similarly, we need an answer to the materials that are used in the industry. And that's what is called alternative material. And AltMat is an alternative material converting agriculture waste into textile fibers. Now, when we do that, we not only solve the environmental issues of the textile industry, but we also solve the social issues that exist in agriculture industry. So a lot of these farmers burn this waste away to kind of, get rid of it. But what we do is we go and buy these fibers from them. So we are creating an additional income. I must also tell you that it is not only a goody-goody social venture, it is totally a for-profit venture where our fibers are functionally superior. So they have qualities like They are naturally antibacterial, they are naturally anti-UV, they are more breathable, they keep smell and sweat away. And these are premium qualities which helps us sell these fibers at far premium prices to brands across continents. One important thing that I would like to walk you through is the journey that we had. So it was pretty early on when I went to GeoSec. It was just at idea stage, and I had just come back to the country after completing my master's in entrepreneurship. And GeoSec only knew this idea. But from that step, we have gone through multiple phases of discussing our intellectual property, patents, our funding issues with GeoSec, getting right mentors and networks. And to this stage, we are building a very scaled up factory, which is going to produce around 700 to 800 tons of these fibers, which you would like to know that, like, I'm really glad to tell you that there is, that's one of the biggest factory in this space in outside China. So not just in Asia, in entire world, it is considered to be one of the biggest factories for alternative materials. One thing that is beyond logical understanding of business here is when you are associated with any incubator, for me it was GeoSec, you get a very good sense of what community is. So a lot of times when things are not going right, you can go to your fellow founders like Vedant. He is my fellow entrepreneur at GeoSec. You can probably go to them and talk it out. So it is not a very formal mentorship. You might not want always the head of Google and Oyo to be your mentors, but you might want friends who are just a step ahead or behind or with you in that startup journey. So that community kind of helps you get across the failure phases. They help you get across a lot of questions, and that's one of the beautiful things. Yeah, that would be it about what we do and how GeoSec has contributed. Moving on to the second part about the global networking. So as you might have realized that the materials that we produce are more premium and are fit for premium brands across continents, like in countries like US or Europe. And that needed us to move out and talk to brands there. One of the finest experiences that I had was I got selected for this fellowship called Rajiv Circle Fellowship, where GeoSec had recommended our startup to the Motwani Jadeja Foundation. And they helped us be in Silicon Valley region for around a month, which is like the western coast of US and one of the finest ecosystems of entrepreneurship around the world. That had put us in touch with lot of mentors and lot of brands that we wanted to work with. That had also helped me build a personal network of entrepreneurs from all around the world, who we can now reach out to when we need it, or they can reach out to us when they need it. So it has been pretty beautiful. My 2 cents with global networking would be, you should not be just doing global networking because it is glamorous. Stay away from the glamorous stuff. In fact, kind of understand if your product needs a global global networking or not. In case it needs global networking, identify who you really want to talk to. Be very clear with what is your target market, because once you're clear, you can kind of get in touch far better. So yeah, that would be my take on global networking. And moving on to the last part, this is more about me being an entrepreneur in resident and helping other startup founders at GeoSec build better strategies, understanding what they need, and then helping GeoSec solve those problems. I think that was very beautiful because I got to personally connect, like on a personal level, with a lot of founders and understand what their real problems are. And trust me, yes, the question that you asked, the fear of failure, is one of the key problems that many founders have. But if you are going through that question, one thing that you must ask is, do you really want to think about the failure or the possibility of success? As soon as you switch your mind to another scenario where you instead ask a question, what if I succeed? It would be an interesting motivator to, help you get through that phase. Number 2 thing there would be, and this I learned from a 6-year-old. I was talking to some children, like in primary school, about entrepreneurship, and this very young guy, uh, he walks in and he tells me, look, I want to do boxing, but मुझे बहुत डर लगता है, अगर मुझे कोई पंच मार देगा तो मुझे लग जाएगी और मैं गिर जाऊंगा और सब मुझ पे हंसेंगे. अगर आप समझे तो like that's the exact question that a 6-year-old would ask when he grows to be an entrepreneur in a different word, but it would mean the same. And the answer that we had for that 6-year-old after a lot of discussion was, let's say आप बॉक्सिंग नहीं करते, आप कुछ और करते, तो क्या कोई भी ऐसा करियर पाथ है जिसमें it is worthy of you doing great things and there is no chance of failure? So truth to be told, there is absolutely nothing where there is no chance of failure. In case you find something where there is no chance of failure, then you are doing job which is far below your ability and you should step up. So everything that is worthy would always have a chance of failure, and if what you're doing has a chance of failure, you should be proud about it because you're moving out of your comfort zone. And yeah, and it was also pretty interesting working with the GeoSec team and understanding their problems. But I can tell you one thing for sure, they're always on toes to listen all the startups and help and spread a lot of awareness about how startups can function. You might often feel that is this event, as one of the question was, for GeoSec's promotion or startups promotion? Well, it is for entrepreneurship's promotion, and that is pretty much what GeoSec has as a vision, and they are pretty much working well on their vision. They are just one of a very good catalyst which you might need on your journey of entrepreneurship.
Thank you, Shikha. Thank you, Vedant. Thank you, sir. I believe this has been really insightful. And as you said, we are here to help startups and support them. So for everyone asking that how can they contact GeoSec, you can visit our website with your startup ideas, and you can also use the contact ID that has been mentioned on the website. Yes, we have mentioned the website in the chat. And for everyone else, it is geosec.edu.in. And for if you wish to drop an email, you can use our contact, that is contact@geosec.edu.in, and we'll get back to you there. Also, for like, we have a lot of questions. People are asking that when should we start the quiz, and before that, Shikha. Okay. Fine. So we have put up the link on the screen for everyone on Zoom and Facebook. Also, the same has been mentioned in the chat box in Zoom. You can just click on this and give away, like take the quiz. Yes, and the link will be open only for the next 1 hour. Post that, if you wish, post that, you won't be able to take the quiz up. Yeah.
So I think anything left from our side. So I'll request Sagar to allow Professor Rakesh Rawal to allow the share screen.
Sir, it's already on.
Okay, okay. Sir, can you present the PPT? Okay, till then, Zeel, you can take up some question. I'll check with Rawal sir by then.
Sure. So
Vedant, Shikha, can you आप प्रकट हो सकते हैं हमारे सामने?
Yeah, here we are.
Thank you.
okay, someone is asking, does GeoSec help only students? No, GeoSec is open for everyone who has some idea and wish to pursue their entrepreneurship journey. You can contact us. And then, okay, we've answered a few. Shikha, Vedant, can you take up some questions? I believe this is stuck for me here.
Okay, I'll just start taking the questions. So
Yes.
the question is by Fenil Rana. If a startup is not around any different product, but it is about bringing a new culture in particular Flint to make people aware, then this type of startup is considered by GeoSec, yes or no? I think whether it is considered by GeoSec, yes or no, I think Malay and Zeal can tell you. But yeah, whether to bring a new culture, if you are bringing a new process in the market altogether, which can be beneficial for that particular industry, and the problem you are solving is good enough, people are ready to pay for it, then it does fall under the definition of Startup India. So then there should not be a problem. And I think yes, GeoSec does consider, since Malay I think just went off. Just go ahead. How to submit? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The next question: how to submit a startup idea to GeoSec?
So on our website, you just log into geosec.edu.in. On the page front, you will see the button called Startup Support. आप apply for startup support के अंदर click कर सकते हैं. There will be a 24 questionnaire form जो आपको भरना है. Bare minimum questions along with some of the business or startup related questions. We'll let you know the results within 20-25 days. Yeah.
The next question is what to do if I have an idea now. Shall I contact GeoSec? Totally, just go for it right now. Pick up the call and call GeoSec right now, straight away.
Yes, yes.
There is a question here which says that can GeoSec help with startup in medical field? Yes, absolutely. GeoSec is startup agnostic, like sector agnostic, and we do have some fellow entrepreneurs who are in the medical space.
Yes. One more question is: a student of GU are allowed to visit GeoSec? Any student or any visitor is allowed to visit GeoSec, but considering this situation, we would like to make ourselves cautious in terms of absolutely not be in the spread of the coronavirus. So we are limiting the visiting access to the premises as of now. But by that time, you can always ping us on the email IDs, and there is a mobile number and landline number on the website. You can just pick up the phone and call us for whatever queries. But even we strictly request you to not to go out and not to gather in a large numbers, or to make sure we are the true coronavirus by staying at home.
I think the one more question is how detailed should I develop my idea before presenting it at GeoSec? Should it be a complete model, yes or no? I think the best way to start is if I'm not wrong, Malay, please correct me. Just make a pitch deck. We call it investor deck also. Just go in the flow. What is your idea? What the problem you are solving? What is your customers? Etc. etc. Just 7-8 slide. If you have those slides ready, I think then you don't need anything else. Just go with the pitch deck or investor deck.
But when you face the interview, it would be recommended. We would like to see founders who are not like they had idea a week ago and they are already here. It would be good for you to go through the market research phase to do something in action and then be ready for the incubation phase at least. So it's not idea per se. It is certain work that you would have to put in to get through the interview that GeoSec team takes.
Absolutely. So you can so for the first question that what Vedant answered, I'll request everyone to just go through that the application form, where you will be able to find what kind of questions we are seeking from you. वही questions पे अगर आप थोड़ा refine करके ऐसे descriptive way में आप हमको बता सकते हैं कि आप actually में क्या करना चाहते हैं और कैसे आप एक problem को resolve कर रहे हैं और why you find yourself a perfect person to start that startup around that idea. So थोड़ी इसके ही inline चीजें हैं, इसके inline जो questions है आप अगर वो answer करते हैं then it will be more than enough to scrutinize your application. More questions. can we correlate our research work as a startup idea? So yes, Kevin, definitely that's one of the best thing that we are always seeking is you should convert the commercializable research into a startup so that you can also in line with the research work and make sure your startup works with a aim of a solution of a problem.
Question from Vishwa Desai, that if a startup idea is about to start a novel product which requires factory like novel chemicals and stuff, then can GeoSec help and how? Yes, we are an example of that kind of startup. But here's how GeoSec can help. You might not want to jump directly to build a factory. You would have to go through pilot testing and prototyping, and that's exactly when you need an incubator's hand holding. So that start, which you need before building a factory, is something where GeoSec is a complete expert.
I think one more question here is, sir, at the age of 18, if I start my own business, how much money should I invest in my business? Zero. Don't invest any money. Invest your time. Yeah, invest other people's time, get knowledge, talk to your customers, validate the idea. And once everything is in place, then the investment comes. You don't need to invest a rupee even before at the age of 18. Just validate the idea first, invest your own time.
Zeel, somebody needs the link of quiz again. Maybe you can help them with that.
Yes. I'm just doing that. It is in the chat.
Okay.
Okay. Sent.
So someone anonymous is asking, at the age of 18, if I start my own business, how much money should I invest in my business? So I think it's not necessarily to have money as a first part or first intervention to start a startup. I think you can reach out to us and we both will figure it out that what kind of things that you need to do as part of your 3 months, 6 months, 18 months plan. So you need to figure it out कि what kind of things you would like to do in the next 3 months कि आपको startup के idea को आगे ले जाने में कौन सी चीजें hurdle बन रही है और आप क्या सामने achieve करना चाहते हो. So accordingly you both that both things can be in line और उस हिसाब से you can figure it out कि next course of action क्या होना चाहिए और कितनी funding की जरूरत पड़ेगी. So yes, the funding is not the very first part of the starting a startup, but definitely you can think while starting.
It's a very interesting question here by anonymous attendee, which says, if I have an idea, how do I figure out from where I generate my revenue? And then then he or she has spoken about the idea as well, which is if what I am doing is creating a platform to connect the designer and a customer and not a product itself. So for the first part, so idea alone does not lead to a startup. It is idea plus business model, and a part of business model is your revenue model that leads to help you make a startup. So once you are through your idea and you know that it is a desirable product, you must put some time in figuring out what your business model would look like. Now, what does business model means? It means you knowing your supply chain, you know what your cost would be, how would you produce a product, how would you produce a service, and where would you be getting money from when you sell it, who you would be selling this to. So you see all the specs around the business. In a case like yours, where you have mentioned your idea, well, there are a lot of e-commerce sites which exactly does this, where they help two pool of people meet at a platform, and they often charge through multiple ways. One is you can take a part of that sales as a commission. Second is you can charge a designer to enroll their services on your platform once you have that kind of customer base. So there are a lot of ways out there, and in your case you must study similar business models which already exist to find answers like this.
Fenil is also asking that how can they register their startup? How can they get their startup registered?
So I think there are two things here. One is registering with Startup India, and then registering is with GUSEC also. So
I don't know what. Fenil, can you specify?
I think there are three things here. It can also mean that Fanil wants to understand how do you register a company? Like how do
In
you,
general. So yeah, he wants to ask that how can he get his company registered?
yeah. So yes, I think Vedant would be amazing person to talk about.
So I think to register a company, there are three different kinds of entity. The two which are like say proprietorship, limited liability partnership, and private limited company. The two which are mostly accepted by government of India as a startup and by all the startup incubators are LLP, which is limited liability partnerships, and a private limited company. In order to register it, you need to get a chartered accountant or a company secretary who can help you out with the registration process. The fees which you pay to such people and the government in order to register these things will be reimbursed by the startup incubators and the Startup India and Startup Gujarat program. I think the process is very simple. You need to have a legal registered address of your office. It can be your home, it can be any other rented office. You need to have a memorandum of association or article of association in case you have a company, or a partnership deed in case of you have an LLP. I think that's it enough, and your Aadhaar card and PAN card, and it takes about 2 or 3 days to register a company.
There's a question here which says, can GUSEC provide any internship program for students? So I think GUSEC has both the things going on, which is one, they hire interns for for GUSEC itself, and they can also connect you with the startups who are looking for interns. So you might want to talk to them about it.
Yes, definitely. Even if there are a few startups and you relate to some startup and you want to intern with them, we can connect you with them as well. So yes, is it acceptable to go for IPO at the beginning of a startup? I believe Sampath has asked this again.
Sampath, I don't think it is advisable to go for anything at the starting of the startup. Just validate your idea, get the customers, start purchasing your product, get their feedback, start scaling up. IPO is, I think, the last stage of any startup journey. So yeah, at the starting, it's not advisable, and you can't even practically go for an IPO.
Yeah, like you're legally not allowed to do IPO before you have been into existence for certain years. And even logically, you might not want to go for an IPO, just in a startup phase, and there's a lot more other things to do. Vedant, there is a request out here that they want us to put our company names in chat. So I'm doing it for AltMat. Would you do it for your company as well?
Yeah.
Shikha, I have given the names for both of the startups. You can just post your links, your website links there if anyone wants to connect there. Okay, and we will take this last question up and we'll conclude. Okay, so there is one person. Yes, do startups get loans in India? Setupati is asking.
Vedant, should you take it?
Yeah, I'll answer the question. So startup in India, so there is no special provision for a startup. There is no separate sector. Companies and private limited firms and entities get loan in India. First, clear that self. Second, startups, because Gujarat government is proactively helping startups. Startups in Gujarat are considered as MSMEs, medium and small scale enterprises. So yes, medium and small scale enterprises do get loans in India, starting from 1 lakh rupees up to 10 lakh rupees. Depends आपका कैसा business requirement है. You need to get in touch with your bank managers and go for the loan requirement. You do get a loan, yes.
Okay, so I guess we are already past the time and people will take up the quiz now. So yeah, thank you Vedant, Shikha, Rakesh sir and Ravi sir. They just, I believe they just left. So okay, we'll take this last one up. Grants versus equity, which is better?
Well, if you get grants and there is no particular reason to let go your equity, then you should get grants. But there can be one scenario. There can be actually a couple of scenarios where you might want to consider getting equity, which is, let's say, one, by shedding away your equity, you can get an amazing mentor or an industrialist from your industry to be a part of your company. Then yes, if you can get an amazing talent by giving ESOPs or something like that, then equity. Otherwise, if you are getting grants, there is no point of taking equity.
I guess. Okay. So to all the new questions coming up, I'll just compile them and get it answered from Sir Rakesh Sir, Ravi Sir, Shikha, Vedant, and the team. And we'll get back to you via email. We need to conclude this now.
Perfect.
Yes,
Perfect.
everyone who is taking the quiz, you need, once you complete the quiz, you'll get your score, which would be, if it's above 50%, we'll forward your certificate to you in 15 days. And for any further queries, you can use the contact@geosec.edu.in.